My name is Chandra Seiger. I am 34 years old. I graduated from Hennessey in 2006. I currently work at Gilliland Oil and Gas and have been there since 2005. My husband Damon and I also own our own business, Seiger Oil and Gas. We have two daughters, Briley, she's 11 and in the 6th grade, and then Emily is 6 and she's in kindergarten this year. I am a member of the First Baptist Church, the Hennessey Educational School Foundation, the Hennessey Mothers Club, and also the elementary and middle school PTOs. I enjoy volunteering at the school, being active, being an active parent. I like serving our community, and my passion is coaching softball and basketball.
Well, Jack, I'm 42 years of age. I'm sure you and everyone watching is thinking that I'm much younger than that. But I have lived in Hennessey nearly all my life. Attended Hennessey Public Schools, graduated in 1997. And upon graduating, I attended Oklahoma State University and entered into the Oklahoma State University College of Veterinary Medicine in 2000 and graduated in 2004. Upon graduating from veterinary school, I went to Siloam Springs, Arkansas. So that's where I began practicing. I was there for 2 years. And in 2006, I came back to Hennessey to practice veterinary medicine with Dr. Dennis Matousek, who is my uncle, at Matousek Veterinary Clinic. And then I had the opportunity to purchase Wheatland Veterinary Hospital in Kingfisher in May of 2020 and enjoy serving many clients in Kingfisher County. I have been passionate about agriculture my entire life, and from a very young age, I had the opportunity to be involved in my father's and grandfather's farming operations. And to this very day, my father and I farm together, wheat and alfalfa, and I also own, operate, and assist in daily task in my own embryo transfer recipient herd, which consists of about 300 recipient cows. My wife and I, Sarah, she and I have 7 children, who 6 of those attend Hennessey Public Schools. Jocelyn is an 8th grader, Johanna is a 6th grader, Julianne, a 5th grader, Jessica is a 3rd grader, Joy, a 1st grader, and Hurricane Jane is a pre-care, and I'm sure Mrs. Van G, if she's watching this, will concur about the hurricane part of Jane. And then there's little David. He's a year of age, David Mark, and he can't wait to be a Hennessey Eagle.
This is my way of serving my community and giving back to a district that I went through. I've been in, I graduated, I participated in several activities throughout my time at Hennessey. So this is just a way for me to give back to a community and a district that has given me so much. I enjoy being part of the decision-making process regarding how to best prepare our kids for their future. So I'm a super passionate person, and I feel like with my passion and my involvement in the district that I could be a huge asset to the current board. I feel like with all of that, my focus, if elected, would be to serve all of our kids, the teachers, and the parents.
Well, Jack, currently I am serving in my 11th year on the Board of Education for Hennessey Public Schools. And I feel that my experience through those 11 years has afforded me a great insight into the educational process and the unique challenges that are presented to school boards today. I think one such challenge facing all public schools and school boards is the lack of teacher retention and the shortage of certified teachers. And this is also compounded by increasing student numbers, especially in the lower grades. And one thing that as a board member of the Hennessey Public Schools that I have helped facilitate is teacher retention through encouraging teacher stipends and advocating for small class sizes. And as a future board member, I would like to ensure that these policies are continued. Another challenge that's facing many public schools is the ensuring safety for all teachers and students. And to tackle this issue, I have helped draft bond issues, which resulted in the construction of the Early Childhood Center as well as the Eagle Event Center. And these buildings provide not only educational classrooms and sporting facilities or athletic facilities, but a safe haven for teachers, students, staff, as well as community members during severe weather. Another area of safety that has been addressed while I've been on the school board is the threat of violence or intrusion. And to help prevent easy access to the interiors of our schools, and the main entrances have been remodeled to allow for the controlled and monitored entry of visitors. And this area has not yet been addressed at the middle school. And that is why I'm seeking re-election, is to ensure that policies and projects will ensure the safety of our staff and our students, and that there's a continued effort in doing so.
I think it is extremely important for a board member to be present, to be seen, and have a open communication with the community to serve the community. I like going to all the activities, even when my kids aren't involved. I think it's important. And the benefit of being present and being involved in those things, you get a firsthand look at the way things are being done and maybe where there's some ways to improve. So I just think involvement, communication, and if you are present and you're seen within the community, people are more up to come up and talk to you. One thing I can say is like Mr. Sternberger, he does a great job. I've enjoyed like seeing him. He read to my daughter the other day in her kindergarten class, and we were up there doing crafts and activities. So, I mean, I've heard so many good things about how he's just involved, and the teachers feel like they can come up to him. So I feel like being a board member and being present, we could have the same positive outlook.
Being a board member in a small community has many challenges. I think one of the greatest challenges is the desire to please all community members, patrons, staff members, parents. It's a huge challenge. One thing that I think that I've always been able to do in the community is always lend an attentive ear and trying to provide solutions to problems through calm, caring, and respectful attention to those problems. I think also that the role of board members are also sometimes misunderstood, not only by community members and parents and patrons, but also sometimes school board members themselves. And there are rules and laws by which school boards have to operate. And these rules, they must be followed to ensure or to prevent compromising personal liability as well as the school district's liability. And maintaining an unbiased opinion is of the utmost importance, especially dealing with personnel matters. Because if a Board of Education member has a biased opinion of personnel dealing with the school district, it can severely compromise the school's ability to terminate employment if necessary. And those biased opinions have to be carefully formulated and not spoken prior to dealing with personnel matters.
Career Tech it's such a great opportunity for those kids that aren't college bound. It gives them a way to go learn a trade and be successful and have a future. The goal at the school should be, and it is, to provide our kids with as many opportunities, and that would just be another one. As far as if joining a Career Tech and the vote that could be coming up, I haven't decided where I fall. There's a lot of unanswered questions that I have with it being a permanent tax that's going to be on all of our land. There's just so many different factors and decisions that, we need to weigh in. I think it's very important. Hopefully the community shows up for the February 1st meeting and asks all the questions. I know I have several questions, and there's so many factors that go into it. But as far as just the opportunity, I think it's great.
Jack, you've just asked the million-dollar question, literally. I think joining a Career Tech facility deserves careful consideration. Unfortunately, the burden of paying for this to join a Career Tech, whether that's Autry Tech in Enid or Chisholm Trail Technology Center in the Kingfisher area, the burden lies on the backs of our property owners. And that's unfortunate because everyone gets to vote, not just the property owners or the people who are paying for it. And I believe that if our community was to vote us into a Career Tech system, albeit Autry Tech or Chisholm Trail, I think that we would severely handcuff our property owners in their ability, and not only ability, but their desire to support future bond issues that would directly help our school district.
Of course, I'd ask them to get out and vote, cast that vote February 8th. Regardless if you're voting for me or James, we have the kids' interest, their best interest at heart, and just be that voice, get involved. I've received so much support and encouraging words that I am beyond grateful. I'm excited for the future of the Hennessey Public Schools, and I would be grateful for the opportunity to serve on the board.
I have lived in the Hennessey community all my life, and I'm the proud father of 6 children attending Hennessey Public Schools. For the past 11 years, I have been able to serve on the Board of Education here in Hennessey and have strived to improve the educational process and school safety for all staff and students, always providing a respectful, but when necessary, a differing opinion, while lending an attentive ear to the community. And I'm asking the community to support my re-election and continued service as a member of the Hennessey Board of Education. A vote for me is a vote for teacher support, academic excellence, and student success.